Today, we're delving into the Peace of Westphalia, a series of treaties signed in 1648 that ended the 30 Years' War. While these treaties brought an end to one of the most devastating conflicts in European history, they also came with a heavy price. Join us as we explore the complex and far-reaching consequences of the Peace of Westphalia and how it ultimately wrecked Germany. Our story begins in the early 17th century, a time of intense religious and political conflict in Europe. The 30 Years' War, which began in 1618, was a brutal and protracted struggle involving many of the great powers of the time. The war devastated large parts of Europe, particularly the Holy Roman Empire, which encompassed much of what is now modern-day Germany. The war was primarily fought between Protestant and Catholic states, but it quickly evolved into a more complex conflict involving political and territorial ambitions. The sheer scale of the war and the devastation it wrought created an urgent need for peace. After years of negotiations, the Peace of Westphalia was signed in 1648, comprising two main treaties, the Treaty of Munster and the Treaty of Osnabrück. The Peace of Westphalia had several key provisions. It reaffirmed the principle of cuius regio, eius religio, allowing rulers to choose the religion of their own state, be it Catholicism, Lutheranism, or Calvinism. This aimed to bring religious peace to the Holy Roman Empire. The treaties also recognized the independence of the Dutch Republic and Switzerland and granted significant territorial gains to France and Sweden. While the treaties ended the war and established a new political order in Europe, the price of peace for Germany was incredibly high. The Holy Roman Empire was left fragmented into hundreds of semi-autonomous states, significantly weakening central authority. This fragmentation hindered political and economic development for centuries to come, leaving Germany divided and vulnerable. The devastation of the war itself was immense. Estimates suggest that the population of the German states was reduced by as much as 20 to 30%. Entire regions were depopulated, cities lay in ruins, and agricultural lands were left fallow. The economic impact was severe, with many areas taking decades to recover. One of the most significant outcomes of the Peace of Westphalia was the shift in the balance of power in Europe. France emerged as a dominant power, having gained territories in Alsace and Lorraine. Sweden also secured its position as a major player in Northern Europe. Meanwhile, the Holy Roman Empire's weakened state paved the way for the rise of other European powers, such as Prussia. The treaties also laid the groundwork for the modern state system, emphasizing the principles of sovereignty and non-intervention. While these principles are fundamental to international relations today, their initial implementation further entrenched the fragmentation of the Holy Roman Empire. The decentralized political structure meant that the German states struggled to unify and modernize, lagging behind other European powers. The Peace of Westphalia is often hailed as a milestone in diplomatic history, but for Germany, it marked the beginning of a long period of division and weakness. The political fragmentation and economic devastation left a legacy that would shape German history for centuries. It wasn't until the 19th century, with the efforts of leaders like Otto von Bismarck, that Germany would finally achieve unification.